I don't usually do this when it's raining, but it is what it is. We got different types of weather out here, so I'm just up thinking about, well, for one, today is August the 7th. It's my brother's 21st birthday. I don't get to see him, don't get to interact with him. I feel like, in a certain type of way, they got trained not to say anything to me or interact with me unless it's by the advising or discretion of my mom. Okay, so we came out the same womb, just got different dads and stuff like that. His dad was my operating stepdad, and that's that. Anyway, hope I was well with him or whatever. But 21, and yep, don't get to be around my relatives and stuff like that. And to me, I still feel like I'm making a certain sacrifice. Um, some would say I am the sacrifice or whatever, but and probably, probably more accurate than not. But I just feel like making a sacrifice because regarding number one, my household, my own personal life. But I just didn't know that it would entail me not being around certain people that I want to be around and that I love and stuff like that. And so, it's like this thing kind of like, I don't want to say backfired, but it like flipped on me in a certain type of way, especially with my daughter being out of my household. And I don't know who else she interacting with or whatever, but it's like, if she don't interact with me, but then when it comes to other people's households, all they gotta do, honey, is blink a eye real good, and somebody will not deal with me, will not get up close and personal, which to me, I don't claim to be the best person out here, but I'm just definitely by far not the worst, so I just be like, y'all don't want them around me because y'all don't want truth coming out. Truth as I know it. And sometimes it could be truth as it was, and maybe, some people are trained, but a lot of stuff probably not, because the fact that you're trying to go so hard to make sure. So yeah, the last time I seen my brother was over a year ago. My mom sent him last year for Mother's Day to bring me a card and stuff like that. She sent him and my younger sister, and that was it. Other than that, I don't get to react. I mean, not react. I don't get to interact. I asked him to cut my grass and stuff like that. He referred me to his dad, and it's like, nah, I'm good. I asked you for a reason. I wanted to give him the money that I had or whatever. But it's all good. And then yeah, and the next thing I know, I seen his dad riding past here and all that, and it's like I didn't call for you. So basically, I can't interact with nobody. I can't interact with none of like I said, some of the people that I really want to, and I guess it's because of who I am, how I live, or whatever. But the even funnier part is, not that I left my family alone for anybody. I did want to focus more on my life and stuff like that, but I didn't leave my family alone or separate from them for a person at all. Um, but the person I was involved with during pretty much my separation and stuff, I, yeah, I'm no longer up close and personal with that person, and I'm pretty much fine with that, except, I don't know, maybe just a few conversations or whatever, but I'm not even pressed about the conversation. I'm not pressed about uh, whether or not I will ever have the opportunity to have these conversations with that person. I feel like the person knows a lot because this person went on to interact with other people that I'm connected to, that I know of. Told me that he was on Facebook pages of other people that, and I just, I didn't get it. I don't understand why. I never understood why I can interact with somebody and then next thing I know, they all in somebody else's face. I don't want to say even regarding me, because they might not even be saying nothing about me, but they on what they on, whatever that may be. Never know. Um, just don't understand that. Like my daughter's father, he would call himself trying to make phone calls to my mom. Like, you don't even understand that my mom is the one that she didn't like you. She didn't want me around you. She might not have said it all outright or whatever. And, she's the one that, in a sense, called him an insulting label or name or whatever. So I'm just like, okay. So, boom. You want to sit around people like that? Because me personally, there were times when I had to interact with his mom. I felt like I needed to or whatever, but I didn't want to sit around his mom, and I'm not dealing with him up close and personal because that's not, to me, that's just not order. That's not how it's not me dealing with your mom first, and then I'm able to access you. Nah, that wasn't it, because I was able to access you so easily at first, and then, I guess it might start feeling some type of way. So I just, the road I take is like, hey, I won't interact with y'all at all, then that'll just be that. And, with that comes the fact that I can't really interact. Well, I haven't really interacted with my daughter. I'm not going to say I can't, but I kind of restricted myself because I seen the way she was responding to me, and it was like, girl, I'm not trying to get you messed up out here. You got me all the way messed up, but I'm not trying to get you messed up, so I'm just leave it at that. And that's that. To me, I still have hope that my child will just learn. You don't gotta cover for grown folks that's supposed to be covering for you, taking care of you, and more. They laid down to do the acts that brought you here, but you feel like you gotta, this is how I see it and how I feel it. You feel like you gotta cover for them, and I didn't raise my daughter like that, even regarding myself. Like, you don't gotta cover for me, you don't gotta lie for me. It is to me expected that you look out for the household that you live in. I did train her like that, so if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. But you also don't disregard the person and disrespect the person that really have taken care of you and looked out for you. So that's that, but that's a whole that's not what I'm on today. I'm just still on the fact that both of my children's fathers can interact with each other, talk to each other, claim they don't like each other. Oh, I don't care about him. He a clown. He this, you know what I'm saying? All types of crazy stuff. Didn't dap each other up in the club when they seen each other. Then from there, just started taking little stupid shots, um, one more than the other, at each other. And then I was just like, y'all was just, y'all wow. And um, and then I'm not sitting around interacting again with nobody who they deem is on their team or whatever. I was trying to be on their team and a part of the team, and you know what I'm saying, for this generation to have some kind of betterment or whatever. But yeah, they took a different route. They went and started interacting with other people that I don't really deal with like that, and I'm just sitting here like, mm, okay, so y'all sitting around entertaining each other. And y'all know at least know her because y'all don't know each other, but y'all know of each other because of me. I'm basically the common denominator. And that's another thing, like, I can be the topic of my children's father's conversations because I am a common denominator, but y'all don't even like each other. Like, y'all don't like each other, but y'all can find that space somewhere to talk about me, speak about me. And the funny thing is, I did never betray these people or do anything dirty or foul to them. So they sitting around, if they are speaking bad on my name, they concocting stuff and making up stuff. They're just coming up with some type of stories. And now that I'm all the way out and I'm not saying nothing to nobody, nobody in my house is talking to anybody else, interacting with anybody. And I like it like that because it's a sense of peace. Small part of me don't like it like that. Like, I'm still a family type of person. Like, or at least developing, growing into a family-oriented person. But I be careful who I call family. I call most people relatives. Um, Even at this point, my daughter is almost feeling like a relative. I still deem her family, but I'm just saying, like, And so, yeah, all of that is just trying to throw me, and I just don't get it. Like, again, I never thought that I would end up in this predicament. Even again, the jail time and stuff, and the pressing false charges. Well, let's just say they spiced it up and added some things, and just mixed it in with the truth. And so the wonderful thing is that God knows the truth of what happened. So, when people try to lie on me, I really do literally just hope it backfire in their face. But seemingly it was, it happened to me, even though I was, I'm gonna say, more of the innocent party. I was, I dare say, fully innocent, but definitely more of the innocent party. I wasn't coming at people any type of way. I wasn't finding their information and provoking them and doing all types of other little stuff. But yeah, yeah, it's just still getting to me that people sit around and y'all not even living y'all life. Y'all so worried about me not doing what y'all want me to do, and but y'all just can't even. Y'all can't even focus, can't even sleep at night if you're not speaking about me to each other. Like, I mean, I have it recorded where my daughter's father was saying that my boys' father was calling him over and over, and like, what? Calling me for what? What do y'all got to talk about? And see, none of these conversations include me. Then when I ask questions, well, talking about what? What is it? What they got to say? But I didn't even, when he told me that, I wasn't even gonna act interested in what he had to say about him, because I'm just like, a part of me feel like, well, dang, maybe I should have asked, but a big part of me feel like that's on him. He calling you because he feels some type of obligation towards you. I don't. And he must not know that. He must not have got that memo. So and then nobody knows to basically almost whisper that my daughter's father told me, well, asked me, why are you calling me or whatever. Because he asked me that, I'm calling you because my daughter is over there with you, and you already know that. But he's making it, even in his mind, it would seem like I'm calling him for something else, and I wasn't. So, and that's his twisted mindset and his mind, the way he thinks or whatever, but that wasn't it. Baby, you got my child. You pretty much, I ain't gonna sit here and front. I ain't got no balls, no literal balls, but you pretty much got me by the balls when you got my child. So, of course, that's what I'm calling you. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't make it seem like I'm calling you, and don't make it seem like I've called you for anything else. And then when I was interacting and communicating with him, it was always regarding our daughter, or it was always some type of conflict. It was never on no other type of stuff. It was in anything regarding my daughter, whether it's I feel like something going on around her that I don't fully understand, that you need to step in for, or whatever the case may be. As far as me, my personal life, I didn't call him for that. I didn't call him telling him nothing. When I would talk to him, he would try to repeat stuff that he believed was my personal business and stuff like that. I guess telling me that other people coming back telling him, but you never know. It could very well be the one that's in your household going back and telling. I don't know. I haven't fully sorted it out, but I don't deal with people like that. Like, I'm not gonna. You just sitting in my house, whether we good, bad, or indifferent, whether we struggling or not, and you dishing out information outside my house. Nobody's coming over here giving me information about nobody else's household and this and the third. So to me, it's just like, no, we need to focus on our own lives. And then we link up on a healthy, non-toxic type of way, if it's possible, and be able to handle business. But I don't like what's going on, what's been going on, whatever. And I don't like the way the world operates anyway. I don't like the way people operate in general. How, especially in the black community, I don't even like to make this a thing, but in the black community that I've experienced, we don't be looking out for each other. Yeah, they don't like to see somebody with, honey, you got a new pair of shoes and they ain't got it. They feel some type of way. Baby, I can walk around in flip flops and see you with your Jordans, this, that, and the third. I was like, oh, that's cute, whatever. That's what you want to spend. And I feel like this. That's what you want to spend your money on. Go ahead, girl. You cute. But, or, or dude or whatever. But, I have been, before I knew it, thinking about generational wealth. Like, yeah, I want to live and enjoy my life too, but I want to, think about the children's futures, the children that we laid down and had. I'm not just this completely selfish person. I have my selfish ways, but I'm just not this completely selfish person. Um, so me personally, I'm thinking about my kids. To me, other people's mindset is not like that. Other people want to look like they are concerned about the kids by what the clothes they buy 'em and stuff like that. They don't really want to have a relationship with them, and that's me with anybody's children. Like if I know you or know your children, I want to have a relationship with them. So some people think that I'm prying and getting in their business when I actually I have learned to have a care and a concern, especially for the younger people. I do not really care about these older people, some my peers, and especially older than me, but I'm not even going to sit here in front. I don't really have a genuine care or concern about them. Young people barely, because I know they're connected to adults that I don't really care about, and I just part of me feel like that's fake. I don't like your mama, I don't like your dad, I don't like them, so I don't really care for you like that. But I have common sense to know that you know what I'm saying. You don't play with nobody's kids anyway, and if I'm dealing with your kids, I don't play with their emotions and stuff like that. I genuinely mean whatever I say and do or whatever. Um, but yeah, but people not respecting me the same way. They haven't. They try to take advantage and do what they want to do and do what they feel like doing. And I really do be feeling like I'm sitting on a gold mine, but they really feel like there's something a whole lot more. What she got going on over there? I mean, they can literally have everything, I guess, that they ever wanted in life going on, but because they don't know what I got going on with my little, what I feel like little piece of the pie, if that, it don't sit well with them, and I just that's disturbing to me. And so yeah, basically just going back to they can sit around and talk about me, make phone calls to each other. I don't sit around and call and make phone calls uh to my boys' father's daughter's mother, and there was a time when I was talking to her, but it's like he regulated that. When he didn't want me talking to her no more, that's what it was. When he didn't want his child coming over here no more, that's what it was. And now he done weaseled his way to making sure my child got out my house. So it's like, so what are you gonna expect for you in your life as far as regarding your daughter, your daughters, or whatever, your children in general, but definitely your daughters. And it's like basically the whole time you was here, you wasn't operating with me or for me. You was trying to operate, find a way to operate against me, bring me down or whatever. You getting close to me, but the thing is, it's not that I'm so high up. I am in a high place. I try to operate in a high place, but it's just who I belong to and who I choose not to reject. I love God. Like even this rain is significant. None of us can make it rain out here. Only God. And I know a lot of people say the universe, but only God of the universe can make it rain out here. Make it rain, make it sunny, whatever. He changes the weather as he pleases. So when I'm a rooted and grounded person in God, then y'all can't move me. Y'all can't even mess with me. Like I mean, you tried to, and there's things that God have allowed to happen. I literally saw the process even before I went to the courthouse and then ended up in the jailhouse, a jail cell, a suicide cell at that, a suicide watch cell at that, excuse me. Um, I seen the process. I didn't see and know all the details, but I seen my process of what I was going through over here and what I was dealing with, the pressures I felt and all of that before all of this transpired. And I watched and and I know who it included. So if you think I'm gonna ever sign back up for something like that, to be anybody's fall person and all that and get um I guess keep the distraction and stuff off of them after they went and started something somewhere else. They go in people's households and they do all time. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. They go in people's households and just do all types of stuff. Just live like criminals or whatever. Instead of wanting to set the foundation and do it right where they initially started. Like my boy's father is basically a serial mover when it comes to moving in with somebody and then he'll just dip out. Like you won't even know, honey, or you won't even know he's living with somebody else, moved in with somebody else, and he'll just be out. And I didn't ever think that would happen to me because I was just like, we said I'm not gonna be like, I'm not saying I was comparing myself to his daughter's mother and even the girl he was with before. I'm not gonna do that, but honey, it sure enough happened to me. I mean, it took 9, almost 10 years or whatever, but it happened to me, and I'm just like, wow. Like That's just the type of person that I know him to be. I mean, and he may feel settled where he is now or whatever the case may be, but because he's been there for a while. But yeah, but instead of you wanting to set a foundation, establish your own, and actually do something right and build up, you want to be the type to rob rob Peter to pay Paul, and then don't even be realizing sometimes Peter don't be having all that you think that he be having. So come on now. So yeah, and then of course, not to even, I don't even want to get started on my daughter's father because that was so long ago. The other one was just a hop, skip, and a jump away. It's been 2, 3 years now, but the other one was 2010. So it's like, and I just look back and I remember him telling me, I'm just trying to he was talking to females online. He's like, I'm just trying to get money out of them. And he knew this at a young age. And, I gotta give it to him. Somebody taught you that at a young age. I do feel like his mom contributed to it, but I guess overall his dad probably had something about himself with that. So basically, you as a male, you feel good to try to get some money out of somebody. He knew how to talk to him or whatever, and I guess that's stuff that I didn't even know how to do. And I don't really, I don't necessarily, I mean, I guess because I interacted with him, it might be a small part of me, but I'm just not that type of person. I'm the person that actually want to enjoy somebody's company, and I'm actually there for genuine reasons, like mutual type. But it's like this whole time I couldn't really live, well, I felt pressure to live another way. I didn't, but I felt pressure to live another way because of the corrupted people that I've been interacting with. And there's so much corruption, high levels and low levels. My eyes are definitely open now, but I just want to continue to steer clear of that. And that's one thing where my boys' dad, when I first linked up with him before I had the children with him, he was like, I won't steer you wrong. And for one, I just never asked him to steer me in the first place. I think I was still trying to get to know him, but he had just jumped right on in there. Like, I'm not going to steer you wrong. He said stuff like, I'm not for the skeezers. And honey, he was a whole skeezer. Anyway, so there's no way you really can't be for your kind if that's what you operate as. But yeah, the steering thing, I didn't ask you to steer me nowhere. I didn't ask you to drive me nowhere, none of that stuff. Try to drive me crazy, that's for sure. And tried to make me get down with crazy and be a part of crazy. Hey, when I tell you I'm at the point where I just want healthy for my life, if you toxic, I know me, I know me. I will put up with certain stuff, but what I went through and came through and still coming through, should I say, I want to come out of, God knows. Ooh, I love this rain. I just don't want to deal with that no more. I want somebody that's genuinely nice and kind-hearted, and I don't want them to feel like they got to get screwed over, but I do want them to not mind having to go through some things or whatever, knowing that I'm still trying to build back up again. I had to start over pretty much like once or twice or whatever, and I'm still in the stages of just wanting to build back up. And I'm not just saying money or whatever financially. I do want the finances, but I had to sit back and rethink life and reevaluate life or whatever, and see again what is it that I really want. What I wanted back then, it's slightly different than what I want now. I wanted then a husband and family, but at this point, I'm willing to just say a partner. And some people call it life partner. You know what? But I prefer a male. I don't want no female. I'm fine with being associated, maybe even closely associated with a female, but I'm not. I just prefer a male, period, that know what he doing. He about his business. And with that, I'm just pretty much gonna leave it there. It was just mainly to speak about how my kids' fathers be connecting with each other. Y'all don't even like. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be mad that they like each other now or whatever, or they can tolerate one another, not calling each other names or whatever when they ain't in each other's face. Because the beginning, my boys' dad came to me telling me, oh, he ain't got me up in the club. To me, a club y'all ain't even supposed to be in, neither one of you, but should be taking care of your kids. A strip club, and oh, he ain't got me up. I don't care. I don't deal with him. Leave him alone. Leave him where he at. Shoot, don't even, that was non-coincidental situation where you ran into him. Shouldn't have been there. Should have been where you're supposed to be. That put you in his eyesight. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh Lord. So that put you in his eyesight. And I would never know where that his daughter's mom was at these different places she used to be going out and stuff. They actually ran into him and her, my boy's father and his, I don't want to call her his ex, but his daughter, his first daughter's mom. They ran into each other at places when I had their daughter, and I had been concerned about him or whatever. Honey, you think I'm gonna have that level of concern for anybody? I'm not gonna, if it's a genuine person, I'm sure they can work their way in there, but I ain't having that level of concern for nobody again. I guess it's almost like my daughter's father said. My daughter's father claimed I handled him and this, that, and the third. That's the way he talks. Maybe he means mishandled, but he can't because I know I didn't do that with him. Now I had my instances where I wasn't always careful, but for the most part I was, because I'm a caring person. And so anybody that got in their ear and tried to tell them otherwise, like for example, my daughter's dad's mom always in his ear trying to make him think something else of me, and so he reacted in a very harsh manner, gave me nasty responses on behalf of his mom. But then when I first linked up with him, he wanted me to go against. I mean, it was a subtle way. Who gonna just outright tell you to go against his mom? And he wanted me to go against his mom and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's not what I'm here for. I mean, I really, looking back, I really ain't supposed to be here for what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm definitely not here to go against nobody's mama. Period. Now, when she come against me, that's something different. And she coming against me because whatever the case may be. They don't be telling, but yeah, I'm not here for that. So don't do that. As far as my boy's dad, he literally seen what I was saying to his mom because I made sure that I let him know because that before anything tried to get out of line, I said what I said and I meant what I said to his mom. He didn't speak up, so, I guess even being silent, but he would speak up to me about what other people, if they were watching my Facebook page and stuff like that, what they were saying. He never really mentioned no names, but he was just like, be careful what you post on Facebook. I'm sitting here like, whoever's on my Facebook page that's watching and they get offended, that is on them. And they don't want to have a peaceful conversation, that's on them. So he just kept saying that, like, basically, I need to shut up and shut my mouth. And eventually, I ain't gonna front, I did. I stopped posting on there because, that last little situation that he had going on, that person was just watching me like a hawk. And, number one, I don't want no problem. But number two, baby, I just don't want you to get this work. Because, see, sometimes I just try to bow out gracefully. Like, I'm not going to go there with you. Because, for one, I don't even know you like that. And I got other, things going on in my life. And you're trying to pull me into something. In which, yeah, that's what they were doing or whatever. But yeah, that person was watching me like a hawk, and I think it's disgusting. I think it's disturbing. And watching me like that, and you having bad intentions because you want to see where I'm gonna slip up at, or you basically, I guess you want to see if I'm interacting with him and posting him or whatever. Honey, he was over there with you, and that's the thing about these females. You know what I'm saying? He over there with you, and you still worrying about me. That have to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm not gonna even try to explain it, but um. Yeah, so I stopped posting or whatever, but I needed to. For me, overall, I needed to because I needed to be able to focus on life, on real life, not social media, not posting for people. For people to see my kids, for people to see what location I was at. It just is what it is. Go back to really living real life, whatever that may be. Whether we having fun or we're doing nothing. So yeah, that's that. For a workout overall. But I wasn't gonna stop posting stuff because people getting offended and they're steady watching my page. Why don't you block me, take me off? But you were so entertained, or you felt like you was gonna miss something. So that's that. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave it right there. There's plenty more I can speak on. Just like I said, my brother turned 21 today. That's amazing. I don't even know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's gonna have a party or anything. And a part of me is satisfied with just because I know I don't want to sit around my mom and them, and you know what I'm saying. And I don't want it to be awkward for anybody. I don't want people to choose, have to feel like they gotta choose between. But you know, I do for once want somebody to just choose me, even if it's a distant family member and stuff like that. Hey, I know I get to spend time with them all the time, but I want to spend time with you, see what's up with you. I wish, that would happen more in my life and I can get my separate time with people because I'm just so tired of people being able to lie on me and deceive regarding me or when I will keep it real and I'll speak up about what's really going on. Um, so, and a lot of people feel like their allegiances to their parents and stuff like that, but on this end, not my child. And I hope that she feels like her loyalty is to God first. Her priority is to God first, not either parent, but it's just so funny the way that it worked out for me or how it is. So anyway, I'm gone.